The Netherlands looks easy to understand. Canals, windmills, bicycles. But once you actually travel through it, you realize that's only one part of the picture, because the Netherlands feels very different depending on where you go. And most people only see a small part of it. The truth is, the image you have in your mind before arriving is rarely the complete story. It's a starting point, but not the full experience. And that gap between expectation and reality is what makes traveling through the Netherlands so interesting. The Netherlands isn't just one type of destination. It's a mix of historic cities, quiet countryside, modern design, and coastal landscapes. And for a relatively small country, it offers more variety than most people expect. You can cross from one end to the other in just a few hours by train. Yet somehow, each region manages to feel distinct. The atmosphere shifts. The architecture changes. Even the pace of life feels different from place to place. If you enjoy discovering places beyond the usual tourist version, make sure you're subscribed. We explore destinations a little differently here. Amsterdam. Start with Amsterdam, the city everyone recognizes. Canals cutting through the center. Narrow houses leaning slightly over the water. Bikes everywhere. It looks calm in photos. But in real life, Amsterdam feels busy, fast, and constantly moving. That's what surprises people. It isn't just pretty. It has energy. The streets hum with activity from early morning until late at night. Trams rattle past. Bikes weave through traffic with a kind of organized chaos that only makes sense once you're part of it. Pedestrians move with purpose. Tourists stop to take photos. Locals continue without breaking stride. You can spend the morning walking along historic canals, then turn a corner and find trendy cafes, busy markets, and packed streets filled with people from all over the world. But Amsterdam is only the beginning. Zaanse Schans Dutch countryside. Leave the city, and the atmosphere changes almost immediately. Now it's windmills, green fields, small villages, quiet roads. Places like Zaanse Schans feel like the version of the Netherlands people imagined before they arrive. Traditional windmills still standing, wooden houses, open landscapes that feel slow and peaceful. This is the side of the country that feels more classic, less crowded, less intense, and much calmer than Amsterdam. Some of these windmills still function. They're not just monuments. They're working pieces of history. You can go inside them, climb the narrow stairs, and see how grain was ground or how water was pumped to keep the land dry. But the Netherlands isn't just historic and traditional. Rotterdam. Then there's Rotterdam. And this is where expectations really change, because Rotterdam doesn't look like the Netherlands most people picture. It feels modern, bold, designed differently. The skyline is bigger. The architecture is sharper. The whole city feels more futuristic. After World War II, much of Rotterdam had to be rebuilt, and that changed everything. Now, instead of leaning canal houses and old-world charm, you get cube houses, modern bridges, and a skyline that feels completely different from Amsterdam. Walking through Rotterdam feels like stepping into a different country. The architecture isn't just modern, it's experimental. Buildings tilt at angles that seem impossible. Bridges curve and twist in ways that make you stop and stare. Public spaces are designed with intention, not just filled in over time. The Erasmus Bridge stretches across the river like a harp made of steel cables. At night, it lights up, and the reflection on the water makes it feel almost futuristic. People call it the Swan because of its shape, and it's become one of the most recognizable symbols of the city. Quick question: if you could choose one side of the Netherlands, would you go for Amsterdam, the countryside, or a modern city like Rotterdam? Let me know in the comments. But one of the biggest surprises in the Netherlands isn't in the cities at all. Tulip fields Keukenhof spring visuals. Then there's the landscape people wait all year to see. Spring in the Netherlands. Rows of tulips stretching across the countryside in bright bands of color. Red, yellow, pink, purple. Places like Keukenhof are famous for a reason. And even if you've seen photos before, it still feels unreal when you're there. This is one of the most recognizable images of the country, but it only lasts for a short season, which makes it feel even more special. Keukenhof is the most famous garden, and for good reason. It's not just tulips. There are daffodils, hyacinths, and other spring flowers arranged in patterns that feel almost too perfect. Paths wind through different sections. Each turn reveals something new. And the scale is massive. Millions of bulbs planted every year. And then there's another side of the Netherlands that feels even more unexpected, the Dutch coast. A lot of people don't think about the coast when they think about the Netherlands, but they should. Because the Dutch coastline adds a completely different side to the country. Wide beaches, sand dunes, long walking paths, windy, open views. Places like Scheveningen and Zandvoort feel relaxed and simple. This isn't tropical. It isn't dramatic in the way Southern Europe is dramatic, but it has its own appeal. Open space, fresh air, a slower rhythm. And it feels very different from the busy cities. The North Sea coast stretches for miles. In summer, people come here to swim, sunbathe, and walk along the shore. In winter, it's quieter, but no less beautiful. The wind picks up. The beaches empty out. And the whole coastline takes on a calm, almost meditative quality. Beach towns here have a different vibe than you'd find in places like Spain or Greece. They're more understated, less flashy, but they're comfortable. You'll find seafood restaurants serving fresh catches, beach clubs that open in the warmer months, long piers extending out over the water where people walk, fish, or just stand and watch the waves. So how does such a small country feel this varied? Food, culture, lifestyle. Part of it is the lifestyle. The Netherlands is practical, efficient, easy to move around. Biking isn't just for fun here, it's part of daily life. People actually use it to get everywhere, and that changes the feeling of the country. Bike lanes are everywhere. They're separated from car traffic. They have their own traffic lights, and people of all ages use them. Kids riding to school, professionals commuting to work, elderly people running errands. It's not a novelty, it's normal. This also means cities are designed differently. Streets are quieter, parking lots are smaller, public spaces are more accessible, and the pace of life, even in busy cities, feels slightly less frantic because people aren't stuck in traffic. Food is another part of the experience. Stroopwafels, Dutch cheese, fresh herring, fries from street stands. Herring is eaten raw, often with onions and pickles. It's street food, but it's traditional. You pick it up by the tail and eat it in a few bites. For visitors, it's often a first-time experience. For locals, it's just lunch. Stroopwafels are thin waffles filled with caramel syrup. You'll find them fresh at markets, still warm and soft. Once you've had one like that, the packaged versions never quite compare. And then there are the frites. Thick-cut fries served in paper combs with a variety of sauces. Mayonnaise is the classic choice, but there are dozens of options. It's casual, quick, and satisfying. And that's really what stands out. The Netherlands doesn't try too hard. It just works. So what makes the Netherlands so memorable? It's the contrast. Historic canals, quiet windmills, modern skylines, colorful fields, open coastline. All inside one country that many people think they already understand. But once you actually see more of it, you realize the Netherlands isn't just one image. It's many. Each part offers something different. Each region has its own personality, and the transitions between them happen quickly enough that you can experience multiple sides of the country in a single trip. And that's why the Netherlands isn't just what you expect. It's more than that. If you enjoy exploring places like this in a different way, make sure to subscribe. There's a lot more coming. And let me know in the comments, what part of the Netherlands would you want to experience most? Would you choose the canals of Amsterdam, the quiet windmills of the countryside, the bold architecture of Rotterdam, the colorful fields in spring, or the open coastline where the land meets the sea? Because no matter which part speaks to you, there's something here that will surprise you. And that's what makes the Netherlands worth experiencing beyond the surface.